is your health assignments for this first week of remote learning. Basically, what you're going to be doing kind of is reflecting on what we've learned about growth mindset versus fixed mindset and applying it to this current situation. We are putting your research project on hold. You're welcome to keep collecting resources and stuff at home, but know that we're going to keep working on that at class, so that's not expected at all. So if you look at your packet, this should be what it looks like. So ignore Dr. Sturm stuff at the top. Go down to health. If you read, it says read the prompt on the health worksheet for Wednesday, then reflect on your answer, and then respond to the prompt on the worksheet using the RACE format. So if you've never used RACE with Dr. Sturm or another English teacher, what RACE stands for is R stands for restate the question, A stands for answer the question, C stands for cite the evidence, and E stands for explain your evidence or response. I did not put this explanation of what RACE stands for on your worksheet that you're going to be writing your answers on. So if you don't remember what those are, be sure to look back at this front cover sheet. So you should all have a little health packet within your folder that says Health Code 1 Red Packet 1. And then within that packet, I have it labeled per day. So it's one page per day. So for Wednesday, it should be on the front. It should say Wednesday. The directions say pretty much the exact same thing as what's in that cover sheet. And then below that is your prompt. So your prompt for today is, do you have a growth mindset or a fixed mindset about remote learning? So how do you feel about remote learning, essentially? And then there's a second part to that question, which will depend on your answer to the first part. So if you had a fixed mindset, how can you change that fixed mindset to a growth mindset? And then if you have a growth mindset for part one, how can you maintain that attitude over the next week? So think about that. Think about your feelings right now about not being in school and about the work that we've sent home in this packet. The fact that you've gotten to this point means that you probably have somewhat of a growth mindset, but we can always do better, right? So are you angry that we have remote learning? Do you think it's a waste of time? Do you think that you're going to fail and that you shouldn't even try to do it, or that you're going to try but it's not going to go well? Those all might be examples of a fixed mindset. If you think that this is hard, but you can get through it, or that you still can learn something from this experience, and that the more effort you put in, the better this will go, those would all be examples of a growth mindset. So think about that. Think about your answer. Once you think about your answer, think about maybe why you think the way you do. Then use that to answer in a RACE format. So restate. You can even type word for word what the question is. Say your answer, so you have a growth mindset or a fixed mindset. And then explain, the reasoning why. Be specific. So the reason we're doing this RACE is I don't want just one sentence or one word answer. You don't necessarily need to fill out the whole entire page, but you should think about your answer and be specific. And definitely call the school if you have a question.